Hello there, how you doing? I am Ravie Davie, the Fresh Prince of Drummond Square. This is my beautiful, lovely, jubbly, wee prawn cracker and partner,
Georgia.
And this is episode 41 of the 10 Years In podcast. I think I've done that back to front. I've also got deja vu of me doing this before, so I'm not going to go there and go down that route. But we are back, and we're back with a bang. How yous all doing?
Is it 41?
Yeah, it's 41. I thought it was last week.
Oh, is it? Oh, Beau's saying aye. Beau's in the studio.
Right,
He is
see?
correcting us.
You.
I thought it was 42.
Oh, yes.
Nice. Beau's in there and here now watching one of the episodes.
The one?
Oh, we're talking about his listen to the episode when we were talking about his birthday party.
That's what would have been episode 40.
Aye, so welcome back to episode 41.
The sunshine might be gone, but we'll know we are still here to stay.
We've both came dressed in blue. Curtis just pointed it.
Oh, aye.
We did not plan that. I've been at work today. It's a bank holiday Monday today, but I've got somebody new in my team. So I have been... Beau's making me laugh. I have been away, right, put that away.
Beau's new showing us the podcast.
So I've been in work today training a new guy in my team. I normally work from home on a Monday and Friday, so this has been, I feel out of sorts.
Aye. I was also working today. I don't usually work on a Monday morning, but it's the bank holiday Monday, so it's actually one of my busier days because, especially it being May, not, I mean, a lot of the parents probably, well, a lot of people probably actually go today off, isn't it? It's bank holiday, so a lot of people off, but obviously a lot of parents want to have a bit of time away for the weigh-ins, get the weigh-ins watched.
I think the majority of them will be working.
Well, we were busy today anyway,
Was
you know what I mean? I had a good day in the school. And I just had me, Caden, Brian Mojo, and Danny done, so that was really good fun. Took the PlayStation room, and Beau's in a wee bad mood with me because I took his controllers room and I forgot them. So
we've had multiple arguments already the night.
aye, but game's a game, know what I mean?
So how was your weekend?
My
Let's
weekend.
tell us what you done at the weekend.
My weekend was good. I went out with a wee belter, so I did, on Sunday. Me and her went to go and do a bit of holiday shopping, and after that we went and got ourselves some food from El Jefe's in Finiston, and that was the highlight of the weekend. That's why I mentioned that first. Saturday I was just in the wrestling school, kind of all day. I was in on Saturday all day.
Yeah.
Was in Saturday all day myself.
Yeah.
I was in Saturday all day myself, from like 9 in the morning to 5 at night, so it was a long one because I had to send people out to Tarbert to promote a show, and one of my coaches is one of the only drivers we've got, so I had to send him, which meant I had to brave the class for the day myself. But no, I mean, that's how we started the company, know what I mean? It's like getting back to my roots, know what I mean? Getting in and doing it all myself, working away. Luckily I've got Caden there to help me sometimes doing that and all, but half the time I'm arguing them.
I both yous argue really badly.
Neighbour on, man. Doesn't listen.
Both
He's
yous
got this
like,
thing, his dad must say to him, right, his dad must go like to him, you need to respect your elders, and it must look ingrained in him, because anytime I say to him, like, you need to show some respect, I'm like, no, you only respect people if they respect me. How should I respect somebody just because they're older than me?
oh, both yous just argue like brothers. It's so bad. It's
I'm
constant
trying
as
to guide
well.
them in life, know what I mean? And I just thought, one of these I always end up arguing with is because he always does answer you back, know what I mean? I'm just like, I thought you were meant to just take a telling, but no.
Nobody doesn't think he's in the rank.
Well, fair dues. Well, even that, but if somebody used to give me a telling, I didn't think I was in the rank, I'd be like, just because couldn't be asked arguing, I'd be like, right, sound mate. Because he's the opposite. He can't be asked arguing, but he thinks that if he replies to you, it'll start an argument when it's the actual opposite. It's like, kid, mate, just shut up, please. Like, please shut up, mate. Come on.
Yeah, well, on Friday as well, we got a black rooster, and I've got to say, I want to buy one of them after that.
How no?
Well, I'm scared to say the price it, right? It was £48, but I just didn't think that was worth it. But now, anything to do with money, I'm actually scared to open my mouth and comment because David's told the whole world he thinks I'm stingy. So it was £48.
I think £48 for your dinner for free is very reasonable.
For what it was, I don't know. But anyway, it wasn't that warm, and that put me off because it was chicken.
Fair.
It was as if the chicken had been lying for a while, and I was like, oh man, I wouldn't eat this again.
Well, I'm actually going to be working with Black Rooster at Govinson. Skylar.
I take that back. You've got to send me free food, and I will take it. Yellow stickers and that, you know. I'm sorry. Didn't mean that.
To be fair, obviously, but if we're working with them, they probably will send us it round piping hot. Know what I mean?
Well, there we go.
So, well, it's not actually confirmed. Know what I mean? But I've actually got quite a few
Food
food
reviews coming
things
up.
and like deals and sponsorships and all that in the line. The Glasgow School of Wrestling has just been sponsored by Easy Peasy Prizes. It's actually somebody that we've grew up and governed with me and Georgia, John, who runs it, and he's seen all the work that we're doing with the school and he wants to give back and help us out. But obviously, that sponsorship does need to go two ways. Georgia's probably going, what are you talking about sponsors? The school, no, the 10 years in podcast, what you mentioned this here for.
I would have said that.
I'm kidding, I'm bamming. I was a wee bit of job. Just try to be a bit of spice. Not when people like when we argue. I'm trying. Not when try WWE it. Not bit of wrestling. No, but as I was saying, John has obviously these so sponsorships need to go two ways. But so if everybody who's watching this could do us a favour, go to Easy Peasy Prizes. Give them a follow on all their social medias and join the Easy Peasy Prizes Facebook group. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, these kind of things are scams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm no joy. Well, one of the mums for the wrestling schools actually won tickets to Gary Barlow tonight. And they gave away a Rolex the other day. And we've seen these prizes. I've actually seen these prizes like first hand. Like somebody got a trolley dash. I was about being Dale Winton on Friday, staying a supermarket sweep, basically helping Jackie get her shopping and stuff like that. She got £136 worth of shopping and she won £100 as well. Know what I mean?
That was amazing.
All legitimate, all real. Basically, it's just it's low stakes, high prize potential. So get on it. And you might be the next person to win. They're always doing these things. Actually, it'll be gone by now. It'll be done by now. But tonight they're giving away 2 sets of £500 because the Facebook group went up from 5.8k to 6k over the last 24 hours. So if you join that, you'll get discounts, early entry, all that kind of stuff. And everybody's always asking me, how do you support the wrestling school? Well, this is a way to support the wrestling school because the better that the sponsorship does, the more that we can get into invest it. One of the things that I'm really looking into doing is and hopefully starting to make other coaches be able to maybe do this as a full-time maybe or a part-time living. Like right now just the coaches are coming in and helping me and it's probably a good wee bit of, they're happy to be getting a wee bit of extra money in their pocket and that, but I'd actually like to help them. They want to be wrestlers, so I'd like to be able to help them focus more on the wrestling. If I'm getting stuff in for sponsorships and stuff, I can then use that money to then help the boys focus on wrestling and do that, and that's what helped me. I became a better wrestler as soon as I could focus more on the school. So that is actually, keep your eyes peeled because one of the coaches are going to be taking that step towards them. I don't want to announce it now, but I'm really excited for that. And all this is made possible thanks to the sponsorships for Easy Peasy Prizes. So do us a favour and go and follow them. But they're not just sponsoring the Glasgow School of Wrestling. What else they're sponsoring? Do you want to tell them, Georgia, the big exciting news that everybody's been asking about?
Go for it. Right.
So everybody said to us on the 29th, since the 29th of January, when we got the keys to the church, when you doing a show? When you doing a big show? Now that's got to be looking brilliant for a show now. Who's jumping off the balcony? What's happening? When is it? What day? What all this? Well, we can finally announce it. I've been wondering when was the right opportunity date for ages. We booked a lot of shows in. We don't want to get it mixed up. We don't want to just put it on for the sake of putting it on. So we were actually going to hold off and leave it till October. But then the opportunity arose for us to have the NWA World Heavyweight Champion on our show. And the NWA title is a wrestling championship that goes on for generations. It's been held by wrestlers such as Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair, Harley Race, AJ Styles, Matt Cardona, Cody Rhodes, lots of other names that I can't just think of. I'm sitting here the know, I mean, just because I'm on the spot, but some of the greatest wrestlers of all time have won this championship. And because of that, I thought that's the perfect opportunity. The first show in the church, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, and it also just makes it sweeter. The NWA World Heavyweight Champion just happens to be a guy that my wrestling career has basically always intertwined with. Now, you may remember back in 2017, I was meant to be getting married at one of the worst points of me and Georgia's lives as a couple, and a certain wrestler came out and ruined it. And not only did he ruin the marriage, but he also beat me so badly that my eye was out to here. And then after that, we had wrestled up and down the country. We had done things that broke the internet. The wrestling world were talking about it. And since this match, all these things happened. This man's went away. He's became the NWA champion. And I've went on and made a pretty successful wrestling career for myself. But there's always that ghost haunting me. Try to take so much away from me. And that man is Thomas Latimer, aka Bram. And on the 27th of June, the man who tried to not only take away my eye, take away my wedding, even take away my opportunities to be a world heavyweight champion. Well, on the 27th of June, Bram, I'm taking away your NWA title because it's going to be me and you inside the Church of Wrestling, and I'm going to be winning the NWA heavyweight champion and being the first ever Scottish NWA champion. And that's what's happening, troops. Get your tickets now, but get them fast because we announced it last night and we've already sold a third of the tickets because people are that excited to see us. And it's also the first one, so we're probably going to undersell it because we don't know how many people we can fit in. So get your ticket now because this is going to be lit. Me and Bram's feud has been talked about. It really is one of the big parts of my wrestling career. And since the last time we wrestled, I'm a much better wrestler and he's a world heavyweight champ. I'm not saying I'm a much better wrestler than him. I just mean like I've grown exponentially. I mean, I was really good at back then, even when I was only 2 years in. But now I'm one of the best wrestlers in Europe. And Thomas Latimer, Bram, he's got 10 pounds of gold, so he's obviously one of the best wrestlers in the world. Yeah. Well, let's fucking do it, big man.
Did you just cut a full-scale promo?
I did cut a full-scale promo. Let's cut that tonight if you can and send it over to me, please. So I can get that announced in minute.
He just said, asked me to say this, but then you went straight in and done a full promo about it. I went, you obviously had that in your back burner.
I've done a promo last night with Andy in it, so it's kind of similar.
All right, okay. Cool. Well, that's exciting. When David told me Bram had messaged him to say that he was coming to the UK and that he was available, I was like, we need to.
It's not that, it was really nearly never happened. See, if he never told me, let's do it last night, I was already saying to George, this probably isn't going to happen because it's only 5 weeks away and like, I'm a big stickler for having 3 months to promote my shows. Because I need to go out and post.
He's booked and busy.
I need to go and fly. No, but you're saying that actually is like, no, I mean, it's one of the reasons I'm trying to make one of my coaches more full time, so I've got more time to myself to actually. Like Sunday was brilliant, just going out with George. Not when it sounded that, but just going out and going shopping and getting food with my missus was class. Not I mean, because I don't ever really get to do that. There's pure simple things that you do take for granted.
Definitely.
It was good. So I don't know, I'm lost for words here. I'm not really. But
said Ravie Davie never.
ADHD. What was it?
But no, it was great on Sunday.
It was great. I know Sunday was a great day. But obviously, so that's what I'm saying. So we've only got 5 weeks. So if Bram never confirmed this
last night, I
was like, I paid the guy that does the posters double and all that. I was like, we need this ASAP. I need to announce this to the new. Thank God we did, to be fair, because I feel like it was a good wee.
It was a wee boost.
Aye. And I know it's not a wrestling podcast, but then we've got Paul Look this Friday, which is also selling very well, and we've got a big line of shows, hundreds of shows, and we've actually got our first gender reveal booked in, but I'm not going to mention that because it's not my place to say, even though it kind of is my place to say, but we'll leave it for another episode because that's a full episode probably.
Yeah. So that's the wrestling lowdown.
Alright.
Sorry guys, I don't have my notepad tonight. I've got my phone because I don't know what I've done with the notepad.
Oh, you look like people accuse you like being like Wardy for Monday Club because he always does that with his phone, but people think he's scratching his balls.
Oh, really?
Every time he looks on his phones, aye.
I'm innocent.
You're scratching your balls, Georgia?
Aye, so I don't know.
Fuck's sake.
I've left the. I think it.
No, Shanks has been stolen. That's what Shanks has been stolen. She's actually accusing people of stealing. She's like, have you seen the notepad? No, pure frisking me, no, in the house, man.
You fucking wish it was frisking you.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, that's how I know you were searching for the notepad because I thought you actually were getting up and close. I was like, yes, man, I'm on to a winner here. And obviously I'd felt myself getting patted down and she got away. I was like, what the fuck was that? She's like, you sure you've not seen the notepad?
No, I've emptied my car. I'm selling my car on Friday. And I had to empty my car and the notepad's always in there. And I've done something with it. So we'll see. Selling your car is no for the faint-hearted, by the way. Like, wow. So the new car's getting delivered. I bought this online, so I've no saw the car, which is something I've never done before either. So I'll give you a further update. But basically, I had to I've got a private Reggie that my mum bought me for my 30th, and I had to pay the DVLA to take that Reggie plate off my car, and then I had to go and pay to get the replacement of the old Reggie plate put back on. And so I phoned a garage round the corner for us and said, "Hi, can you print me these old plates so that I can sell my car?" And he's like, "Just go out to Euro Car Parts because they'll only charge you a couple of £. And I'm like, right, okay. So this was on Saturday. Goes there, and Euro Car Parts is sort of like it's like a reception with a warehouse in the back. Like, you don't go into the warehouse, but people just serve you at the front. But it was only one guy working. So when I've walked in, a lassie was getting served, and the guy that was working went away to serve her, and there was a guy in front of me, and there was like a customer toilet. So that guy, the guy that was in front of me, goes into the toilet, and he was in there for about 10-15 minutes. And then the guy, he must have been, right?
Oh, obviously, you're not. How can you do a piss for 15 minutes?
David, the smell. I ended up having to leave. I couldn't even get the Reggie plates because I was actually bolting. And he was just standing there, pure proud as punch. I'm like, "You're actually making me ill." So the guy that was, he obviously couldn't find the lassie's order. And then that guy, it was like a disabled toilet, and the door was just left it right open.
Nah, man.
No jar, wide to the world.
That's what I mean, that's a criminal offence, man.
And I had to end up leaving.
No, I'd have shut the door and made a statement. I'd have been
I couldn't, because I was like edging closer and closer to the door.
That's fucking stinking. Disgusting.
And then I had to leave. I went, I need to go somewhere else. So I just Googled where sells Reggie plates, end up taking me to this place in Partick. So I was into the place in Partick, and a guy was in front of me getting his made before me. And the guy that walks behind the counter turned around and just looked at me. He's like, "Show me your face." I'm like, "What the fuck's going on today?" I was like, "Oh, no, nothing. I'm just waiting on."
I've just been like, "My dad just actually killed himself." Honestly, I'd been like,
what is it with you and people dying?
What's up with that guy and saying that to you? I'd have shot him right up a bit. He'd have been like, "Oh, fuck, sorry," you know what I mean?
He's like, "Well, show me your face." And he went like, "You," he went like, "No." I was like, he said to me, you in here ask for directions, or you in here for a Reggie plate? And I was like, "I'm in here for it." He was in his 70s.
I'd actually been like, "No, actually, I'm here to punch your cunt in, mate."
So, do you know how much it was?
Much.
And I'm moaning about money again. So it was 70 quid to get the Reggie plate taken off, and 55 quid for...
That's I get why you would moan about that. I'm raging.
But I know, bits of plastic, so annoying.
I'm going back to this guy now for shouting at my missus and bumping her.
So £55. It's not even that, because so there's a guy in front of me, then me, two people come in after me. I went, he's fucking rating it in. All he was doing was printing off the Reggie plate on a printer, and then he had like a wee wheelie hang where he was putting the Reggie plate through, and the sticker was sticking on. He's making a fortune. So £55. But anyways, so I've had to send photos in my car, the inside, the outside, the bumper up the day with the engine on to show that it's got no warning lights. But I am just a bit worried, because it said no, you have to go away, get it sent for it to be reviewed. And I just think there's a couple of wee wear and tear things that I have declared, but I'm thinking, I don't know, I'm just a bit nervous about it. But anyway, it's to be delivered on Friday morning, so I'll give you a further update next week. But I thought, God, Euro Car Parts, I'll definitely not be back.
Not even their fault, I don't know. I mean,
shitey draws.
But it's not even their fault. It's like just a customer went in shatting the place, and now they've got a bad rep for it.
I know.
Also, as well, I feel like I don't feel like a guy would do that. I feel like if a guy was to be behind that guy in the queue, they would nearly be put off. But I feel like I feel like a lot of women would leave in that situation. Maybe I'm just being sexist, which hopefully I'm not. But I just feel like women are more like get mortified by stuff and just like can't like.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? Whereas if I was a guy, if it was me, well, obviously I'm not a guy, but if it was me and that, I would like, I'd call the guy out for it. I'd be like, "Mate, what are you fucking doing?" Know what I mean? Like, shut that door and wipe your arse. I'm saying, know what I mean? Like, you're daft and your arse is still caked and shit. Because it can't smell that bad.
So awful. But what I also, while it's up here, is Guy Kelly for Poundland a shout out.
Kerry, no, it's actually Kerry to be fair.
Oh, Kerry, sorry.
Well, you can give Kerry a shout out, but I'll give Kerry the mainstay one.
Aye. So Kerry, we went to Brahid yesterday before we went to El Jefe's, and we were buying some stuff for holiday. We went into JD, right? And the queue in JD was like all the way up the back of the shop. I'm like, wow, everybody's buying stuff out of JD. It was just dead busy.
We actually were in that thing. Was
Short
about
for
half an hour.
ages, I know.
Well, the actual queue I'm talking about was about half
Aye,
an
the
hour.
queue alone was like half an hour. But anyway, so we get us to the front, and me and David are like, much do you think it'll be? So he went like £480. And I said, I'm saying 470.
Arsehole.
So anyway, it came to 469, right?
Were you telling the full story?
Aye, how?
Yes, because I didn't think you did because I was stingy. I don't think I'm even more stingy.
Well, see, now that you've called me out on it, I may as well fucking own it, you know what I mean? So anyways, the lassie's putting the stuff in the bag and she said it's £469.
Which I was raging about because she's obviously just said 470 because it's £10 less than what I've said.
Listen, you've either got it or you've no.
No,
right? See, when it comes to the money.
Thing, you know what I mean? You don't. You just fucking are a wee dick.
So anyway, 469, right? Gave her 470.
It was 469.40.
No, it wasn't at the start. It was 46, and this was the point.
Right.
You weren't listening. You were on your phone the full time. Oh, Beau's just told David to let me talk. You listen to me.
She's not a PlayStation controller back
So
now.
anyway, 469, she said, gave her 470. And then I'm still waiting. She takes the pound out the till and she puts the pound on the note, gave it to us, like puts it beside her. And then she gave us the receipt on the bag and I says, is that it? And she went like, I charged you the damn price. It was meant to be 469.40. And I was like, all right, cool. Well, basically, where's the other 60 pence? Right? But I didn't say it because these ringing thoughts in my head about me being stingy. And there's about 50 people in the queue behind us all waiting to be served. And I went, all right, that's fine, that's fine. And I just walked
That's not
away.
what George. Actually, what Georgia said was that there's 50 people behind the queue and they all know you.
Aye, exactly. And I'm like, I don't want to argue with somebody who's for 60p. But is it the principle?
No, I would argue. I wish you told me. I would have like, where's my 60? Because you maybe got this stigma about being stingy, but I don't know. I mean, so I'd be like, fucking, where's my 60p hen? He's an extra bag for that.
Weird the way she done it, and she went, no, I charged her down price. And I'm thinking, well, you did, and you're still doing it now.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's an accident.
Stand on business, innit?
Yeah. But anyway, I had a good
She stood
birthday.
her grun.
What?
At least she stood her grun.
Aye, exactly. I was just like, just only getting money back, and that's it.
She's gone towards my full local.
And then we went to El Jefe's, which is a Mexican place out in the West End. I had asked David to go. Well, David was taking me and I suggested we go there because David's favourite food
Honestly,
is
when
Mexican.
Georgia suggested it, I can't say what I hit because Beau's in here, but I hit something. You know what I mean?
What? Don't.
Honestly, because see, anytime I ask Georgia to go anywhere for it, right, she always says it's my fault that we don't ever, but it's definitely isn't it? It's just anywhere I suggest, she goes, and then starts going anywhere else, and so I just go, right, what do you want to pick? Because anytime, see if I want to go, she goes, what do you want to, what do you fancy? And I probably fancy on that day, you know what, I maybe fancy fucking the new Lebanese place down there that I've seen for ages and I want to try, and she would never try something like that.
Never in a month.
Exactly.
Sundays.
So what's the point in asking me what I want to try because we're not going to go there? No, I mean it's just going to be. So you just ask, but
I'm
because
getting better.
because I don't put any input in it because I know that there's no point in me putting any input in it because what I actually fancy is like a Taco Bell or something or like Popeyes, not me things that are like look at her face and now she's already thinking to herself, oh, if I wouldn't even go anywhere near
I would
that.
try
So,
Popeyes.
like maybe right one.
Listen, to be fair, most times I just get chips and that anyway, so.
I don't want you just to get chips. I want you to enjoy the experience. When I can eat, what's the point of you getting just chips, but when I can eat anything on the menu?
I didn't choose the chip lifestyle, that chose me. Right?
That's
I've
how
been
you
eating
get
chips
that
all
how you
my
get a
life.
chip on your shoulder. Fuck's sake. But obviously I can eat anything, so it's better that you pick, let's go to this good mac and cheese place and I can try what else is on the menu.
Yeah. Do you know?
And probably the mac and cheese.
Yeah. So anyways, I got mac and cheese. I've been introducing some wheat back into my life and it's actually been fine. My skin's been fine. Completely cut out oats still and been eating rice maybe once a month. But I've been maybe having, like, if I would go for dinner, I'd maybe have macaroni. Obviously, that's got wheat in it. But when I make pasta and that in the house, I go for all gluten-free stuff. So it's really only sometimes I'll have wheat, and so far so good. So I had spicy mac and cheese and some chips, which was two sides, and I just basically had it as my dinner.
And we had nachos to share, and then I had tacos and quesadillas, lamb tacos, chicken quesadillas, probably about half a meal I could chew.
You had the mac and cheese for your starter as well.
Aye, the birria beef mac and cheese.
Yeah,
Was
you
nice,
said
man.
it was lovely.
But it was, man. I dragged a bit at the table and I fucked it up off the table. And I
I was giving you the ick a bit when you done that.
I don't
It
care.
was the way you were slipping it along. Aye, honestly.
Aye. Well, I've got something I actually want to talk about for another podcast, right? Because I've been thinking about this for the last week, right?
Okay.
So in the Monday Club, right?
Right.
Wardy talks about in his work box fresh how one of the boys was like either having his 21st or got a 21st, right? And they were talking about like got to a party and like what the day when they're like what did they get their mate, know what I mean?
Right.
And it basically turned out that the younger generation now don't get cards for their mates, they just go up and horn them like 20 quid, just give them money. Right, so then obviously your face, you looked a bit mortified. Now, at first, like, you obviously think that's rang, didn't you?
Well, it's just because I think we would all, when we were younger, we would always just backyard and all off in.
Aye, exactly. So even that, it's just always a thing that you've always got a card, right? So I even actually, at first, I was like, oh, that you guys mental, not even doing that. And I was agreeing with like Wardy and
Aye.
Gary for the podcast, not in. But then, as I started to think about it, right? See when you open a birthday card up, what you actually doing, really? Not I mean, like you're, except for the ones I give because you read a poem, not I mean. Like what you actually doing, you're basically opening up this thing, this bit of paper to pretend that you're no wanting to know how much money's in it.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? And then what's happening? All like, that card's gone in the bin. Let me see, it's going to stay about your house a bit of clutter for a while, and then it's going in the bin, right?
Agree.
So, going up and horning your mate £20, he sees it, he knows what he's got, knows how much can add it towards his whatever it is, his savings, or if he's night out or whatever. And also, you're saving the planet. Not I mean, people are making this big thing about recycling. What's the point in buying
Good
all
point.
these cards that are literally birthday cards are actually just bought to go in the bin?
Yeah.
The others, like, fair dues, they might get recycled, but there's a good chance they're just going in the bin again. Not I mean, that's it. So I actually think
The
wee
younger
Josh
generation.
and the wee mob have actually on to a winner, and after thinking about it, so that's also, but as well, like, no just gone with your first opinion and actually taking a step back and thinking things, because I've been out flying all week, I've actually been listening to all the and just thinking about stuff, not really ask, and like I took it to the group chat and all that, and everybody was agreeing with me at first, and I was like, but that's the reason I'm bringing it to the group chat, because I don't know if I do agree with getting people cards now that I actually think about it, not what I mean? Because really it is just, it's easier for everybody. There's no awkwardness.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the one thing I did laugh at, but the only thing like, but what about the wee cunt who's fly, who's not actually going to be giving them any money, that just gives them a card with nothing in it? With the radio, just got them get a handshake. So I think obviously.
So you're stopping giving me cards now with poems in it?
No, you still get them because you read yours, not I mean? That you actually do keep the ones, not I mean? Probably a certain amount of time and then you burn it. But.
Correct.
Bitch. But no, obviously you still get your cards, but I don't really see the point in
Anybody else?
Aye.
Oh well. Fair point.
So
you own that.
I do agree. And Wardy and Gary were strongly against it. I need to tell these boys to take a step back and look at it, know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, I've got a game for you. And I've not told you, I've got a game. Right, this is something that I done in work a few weeks ago. If you want to play along at home, you need a pen and paper, guys.
I need a pen and paper.
So, yeah, I've brought you a pen and paper with me. Right, so I did this in work 2 weeks ago. We were on a big call. I was in the living room and you were like, Georgia, what were you talking about there? So we're about to play what I was talking about. So basically the game it's about different people and their personalities. So I've gave David a wee bit of paper, by the way, if you're listening on Spotify, and a pen. And basically what I want you to do, if you're going to play, is I want you to, I've put my paper in sort of a landscape, like so, if you can see me. So I want you to, at the top, in the middle, write logic and write 10. So I've drawn mine doing like a cross logic in the middle. At the bottom, I want you to write emotion. And to the left side, write introvert. And to the right side, write extrovert. So it should be like this. If you can see me at home. So you got the same as me? That was good. Right. So what we're going to do is, I was just about to say that. So next to your words, you're going to put the number 10. So 10, 10, 10, 10. Right, so we've got logic at the top, emotion at the bottom. Left side, introvert, right side, extrovert. right? What I want you to do is on the introvert and extrovert, say for the middle to the end, you need to decide whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, right?
Mm-hmm.
And from the number from 1 to 10, mark it. So for instance, I would say I'm a bit of an introvert sort of extrovert, right? So when I done this last week, I marked mine down as a 7 in introvert because I would say I'm more introvert. I would say you're more of an extrovert. So you need to decide yourself between 1 and 10, how extroverted are you? And you would mark it. So last one there being 10, right? Does that make sense?
Aye, so why did I just mark that now?
Yeah.
I'd say... How do you know what one's one? Do you need to mark it 1,
So
2?
the middle's 1.
I get that. So the middle's 1, right?
Yeah.
And it's like 2, 3...
Don't do all the marks, gonna know. Nobody said to do that.
Well, how am I meant to know what 8 is then?
Because the words is 10.
Right, aye, so I get that, so 10, but how do I know between 8 and 1?
So you just count. So for instance, for 1 to the line, it's 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's not that
6,
deep, by the way. If you just think you're really extroverted, you would go to the end.
I've got 13 lines, but so I don't...
It's no a line. It's no a line.
It's
I know
to
you were
be
going to
8.
do this. So it's for the middle to the end.
I
There's
guess.
no actual lines. It's just like if you're really out the box, you would be a 10. If you're really in the box, you would be a 1 away into
I
an
get
intro.
that, no, but I think I'm a 7, but where do I mark the 7? Because I don't know exactly where 7
Well, just
lands.
imagine it. If you're not a 10, then
Right, so we did just put a circle?
Yep.
Right, yeah.
right. And then what to do is in your introvert, put down how introverted you are. Are you making a face?
No. I don't know, 2 maybe.
Right. Okay. Let's see what you've done there. Great. And the next thing I want you to do is the top box. Do you either think with logic or do you think with emotion? And then again, score it from 1 to 10. So your emotion and your logic is 10, and then mark it in the middle. So have you done that?
Mm-hmm.
What I want you to do now is from each number,
But then it
Draw.
so right.
let's see what you've done.
So I need to do the mark. So I need to mark it for like, how much I think with logic out of 10,
Yeah.
but also how much emotion. Yeah. I'll give that a wee 4.
Right.
We get 5 actually.
And then what about, let's see. Fantastic. That's you. Right, what I want you to do now is from your numbers, draw in the diagraph. So like here, I've drawn like a sort of kite motion. Right? Let's see. Okay, so what you're going to do is count from... What?
I dropped my pen.
So you've got to add up your numbers. So basically, looks like here your biggest one that you've got there is the bottom right.
But that what emotion?
Yeah.
Emotion's the biggest.
So the right hand side you've got 8 and what's your
8 and 7.
Right. That's fine. Let's see. Okay, so your biggest corner you've got there is the bottom right.
Right. 15.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so if you've got for the top right hand corner, that means you are a red. If you're the top left hand corner, you're a blue. If you're the bottom right hand corner, you're a green. And if you're the bottom yellow, if the bottom right, you're a yellow. So you want to hear your type of personality that comes under as yellow?
Go for it.
I'm really surprised at yours because I actually thought you would have been 100% a red. Okay, so yellow people. If you are under the yellow category, you are energetic, sociable, approachable, you're upbeat, interested in others, and you're positive vibes.
It's me, a T.
Yeah, but I thought you'd have been a red because reds are like leaders. They are direct, impatient, confident, competitive, and argumentative. Which
I'm probably the both of them, but to be fair, I think I'm. What happens with mixed red and yellow?
Well, I was the same, right? So for me, I kind of felt like I was all 4. And then the guy, Tony, who was on the call, started like probing us for more questions. So I ended up at the start, I was in the yellow, which is the energetic, sociable category. And I thought, that's not me. But I ended up then, I was really like a green, I would say. But then everybody in my team said I was a blue. So green people are like to observe people, good listener, polite, helpful and empathetic. Or blue categories like these are direct people who, let me read it out. They've got good attention to detail, focused on the task at hand and always want to lead with clear direction.
I'd say you're a blue.
Blue people, Curtis, I'd say you're probably like a blue, quite like technical, just very like black or white, just want to know the details and then you just go ahead and get on with it. But we all love doing this and work. But I said to them the day I'm going to do this with David, because I think, because the red category were lions, and I was like, this is definitely David. And then when I saw you there, the new doing the introvert thing, like the extrovert thing, because I thought you would have been so high in the scale being extroverted, I was like, he's got to be a red all the way because you're such a leader, you take control of everything. But it's surprising. I would say both yellow as well, being quite like energetic, being around other people and stuff like that. So I thought it's a good wee exercise. We all have no.
I'd say I'm two of them. I'd say I'm yellow when I'm happy, well fed, and had a good sleep in me. And I'm red when I'm cranky, stressed, and against the clock.
Aye, it's we said that as well. We were like, we feel that we're all types of colours when depending on what type of mood you're in. The real reason why we done this and work was because when we were speaking to, or when the guys in the team were speaking to people on the phone, we were saying like sometimes clients will answer the phone and they'll be like giving you one word answers, whereas you need to learn to adapt to what other people's moods and stuff are like. Don't throw that to me. So that's why we're doing it, and I thought it would be good to date with David so that you can now have a wee think about your manners sometimes, you know.
Who are you talking to?
No, I'm joking.
But hopefully, what about your manners all week? Because you're selling a motor, you're getting a new one, you've been heavy shouting at me and all that.
Not been shouting, that's
punching me and all that.
Shut up.
Every time I talk and I'm not meant to, she like pinches me at the site. I'm kidding, man, she doesn't. To be fair, but actually, speaking of pinching, right, I'm the bad guy, right? Beau comes up, nipple cripples me, boom, I date back to him. I've been nipple crippling people for 20 years. I'm a veteran in this game, not been doing it since primary school, and obviously I'm quite good at it. Go up my pure peach, he's like, greeting while laughing at the same time, because obviously he's like, actually it is my fault, but also it's sore. Greeting George's like, oh, the poor baby, oh no, baby, no.
His nipple's purple.
He's David, you're ordering, what are we talking about? Don't start stuff you can't finish. Right, simple. It's a valuable life lesson for my stepson. Do not start it if you can't end it. And he couldn't end that. He was ended on the ground greeting, going, "Maybe sorry, the purple." I know you were greeting, you going, then you went.
He was like greeting and laughing at the same time. You're trying to hold it.
Greeting just like it's so he's laughing. That's my fault, mate. Know what I mean? Look at it. But aye, so done that. That was a peach. I feel that was a valuable life lesson for him. What else has been happening?
My half marathon.
Oh, aye, Georgia's getting ready for it. But actually, speaking of before, sorry for raining your parade here, but yours is in a couple of weeks. Somebody actually did do one, but shout out to Kat Hastings, TMH's mother from the wrestling school. She went and done a marathon, the Edinburgh Marathon, was it? On Sunday, and she did it to, well, she obviously done it because she's an absolute legend of a runner, but she also done it to help raise money for the Glasgow School Wrestling. So big thank you to Kat. Thank you very much for doing that, and shout out to her. Dubs in the comments for Kat.
Definitely. Well done, Kat. Proud of you.
Now on to George's.
What'd you say? So I'm in week 5, half marathon training. One word, tired.
Aye, that's an
couple
reason.
other words, won't be doing it again. No, I'm enjoying it. It's just really tiring. Just hard work, to be fair. But anyways, I'm charging on with it. This is week 5. And basically right now in the programme, I'm having to work on becoming faster, which is challenging. The only good thing about the runs, when you're doing like interval runs, you get a 90-second walk. And I'm living for the 90-second walks. I'm like strolling around the park. Like, here we go. So that's an update that nobody asked for.
Class. Well, Also, I came up with a new idea yesterday. I've not actually promoted it yet, anything like that, but this could be the start of it. So yesterday I was out, before I went out with Georgia, I went there to the Park Villa. We're having a football tournament at the Hub and in Elder Park. So I've started there with my flyers, because obviously there's a lot of kids, a lot of families and that there, and I'm wanting to promote my businesses and my shows. And when I was earlier, I kind of get the idea that the kids could come along in like group sessions. I could show them like team bonding, something a bit different, and also learn them how to like fall correctly and like roll and stuff like that. I imagine a lot of football injuries are actually like people like putting their hands down to stop them from falling, hitting their arms or their shoulders, popping stuff out and stuff like that. So I could maybe bring them in and teach them how to do these kind of things. Also with the kids and stuff like that, I could like workshop good celebrations and stuff like that. And then with the adults and stuff, like if it was like adults coming in, I could like teach them obviously about making sure they fall right and stuff. And the kids as well, just make them a wee bit tougher. Not, I mean, obviously one of the big things about like football is you need a bit of ruggedness. Not, I mean, you need to be able to like stand tough, especially if you're like a defender and stuff like that. So you get the kids in and come along, and we would get them in a group session and train them. Since we opened up the 1-to-1s lately, they've been doing really well. So I feel like now the next maybe step is private group sessions. I think that would work very well. So if you are in a football team, if you've got a kids football team, you think that'd be a good idea, or if you're at a sports club, not I mean, I'm sure that other sports clubs could do it, like rugby teams and that would probably benefit for doing it. Not I mean, learn how to spear each other and all that stuff like that. But I think it would be very valuable for the sports clubs to come in and do something a bit different. And then also maybe I could bring my wrestlers to use as well, not I mean, say something like that as well. So if there's anybody that is interested, hit me up. And if there's anybody else interested in like sponsorships or anything like that we mentioned earlier, there's plenty of avenues for that. So let us know in the comments below, or drop us a message. Anything you want to say before we...
And that's what's happening, troops.
Cheers.
Bye bye.